Hi everybody, my name is Justin Stoney. I'm the founder of New York Vocal Coaching here in New York City. Welcome to the 4th episode of Voice Lessons to the World, the show where we want to answer your questions from all around the world and help you guys as singers to have a great vocal technique. Today's question comes from Paul K. in Phoenix, Arizona, and Paul says, "Dear Justin, I was told I need to keep my larynx down at all times when I sing. Is this true?" And Paul, I got to tell you, the question couldn't be better. They don't get better than that one. And this is a very controversial topic. So today's episode is going to be called Larynx and Style. Now, since this is so controversial, I want everybody to keep a really open mind because people feel very, very strongly about their vocal method or their vocal technique, and that's totally fine. But if we can keep an open mind, people on both sides of the coin are going to have a better experience, whether you come from a traditional background, classical, or whether you are into more contemporary sounds. Everybody keep a little bit of an open mind on this topic because I know it's a controversial one, but we can get some new ideas here. So, Paul, it's true that we don't want to raise the larynx as we go higher. We don't want to squeeze the larynx up to get high notes. We also don't want to jam it down to give ourselves a darker or fuller or richer sound. However, if you only sing with one larynx, if you only sing with a high larynx, if you only sing with a low larynx or any kind of larynx, really, you're not going to be able to sing a multitude of styles. And let me show you why that's true. That the position of your larynx is going to facilitate you being able to sing lots of different styles. How I'm going to do it is I'm going to take two songs, one of them more of a traditional or classical kind of sounding song, and one of them more of a rock sound. I'm going to start with my larynx all the way down and then move it all the way up so that you can hear the difference of what different laryngeal positions sound like. So the first song I'm going to do is a little clip from If I Loved You from Carousel. And I'm going to start with the lowest possible larynx that I can do.
If I loved you, time and again I would long to say.
Okay, that's pretty low. Let me raise it a touch.
If I loved you, time and again I would long to say.
Now that might be about right. Let me raise it up a touch.
If I loved you, time and again I would long to say.
Not too bad either. I'll raise it up a touch.
If I loved you, time and again I would long to say.
Not really appropriate for the song. I'll raise it all the way up.
If I loved you, time and again I would long to say.
Now that sounds insane. So that's the classical or traditional example. Now I'm going to do more of a rock song. We'll try When September Ends by Green Day. Now I'm going to start with the lowest of larynxes again.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends.
That sounds ridiculous. Now let me raise it up a touch.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends.
That still sounds a little bit weird. Want to raise it up?
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends.
Starting to sound a little better. Let me raise it up.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends.
Now we're getting into the zone for rock. I'll raise it all the way up.
Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends.
And depending on how much grit and edge you want in the sound, maybe that would be appropriate. So as you can see, when I do the more traditional sounds, the lower larynxes are going to sound better. The higher larynxes sound insane. When I do a rock sound, the lower larynxes sound just crazy, but the higher larynxes sound about right. Now here's the thing. I'm not really squeezing. I'm not really pinching or straining. I don't feel any damaging kind of feelings. There's a lot of singers that sing any of these styles, but the point is you can sing them all, but if you're limited by one larynx or one thinking, you're not going to be able to do that. And maybe you don't want to, but I do encourage classical singers to sing a few pop songs. And then if you're a pop or rock singer, R&B, maybe sing some classical songs. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to give you more possibilities, and especially if you keep your mind open to the fact that the larynx can do more than one thing. You're going to get coordinations and sounds and colors and ideas that you've never had before. So, like I say, keep the mind open on that one. But Paul, that's the answer to your question. Do you have to keep your larynx down the whole time? I would say no. But again, for all people, don't squeeze your larynx to get the high note. And don't depress your larynx down to try to have good technique or to try to sound, big and robust. So I hope that's been helpful for you guys today as singers. If you have questions that you'd like to see us answer on the show, you can send an email to questions@voicelessonstotheworld.com. We encourage you to keep that open mind and also to never lose the joy and the passion. Never let anybody tell you you can't sing, because as you know, that is not true. If you guys are in New York City, you can check us out at www.newyorkvocalcoaching.com. Get with a great voice teacher in your area. And if you like these videos, you can check out www.voicelessonstotheworld.com. I'm Justin Stoney. We'll see you next time.